This is shit. I am going to tell you right now, it's probably shit. This fanfiction is called Warriors, the Prophecy Reader, Book 1, Destiny's Web. Ice Kit, Skunk Stripe. Who's Longleg again? Chapter 2. Icepaw stared only at her paws as she dragged Skunk Stripe's mangled body into camp. As she struggled through the barrier, gasps sounded far away to her ears. She set the body in the middle of the clearing, then closed her eyes in grief. "No!" wailed Longleg. He ran to his father, pressing his nose into the dead cat's fur. Icepaw, what happened?" inquired Evening Star. With effort, Icepaw lifted her head to meet her clan leader's eyes and said, "A tree branch fell. I ran, but Skunk Stripe..." She trailed off, partly from grief, and partly because Evening Star's green eyes had widened in shock, and she had backed away. Finally, she gasped, Your eyes!" Her eyes? Icepaw had seen her eyes once, in the small stream in the back of the medicine den. She had dark blue eyes. Leafpelt, ThunderClan's deputy, who had padded out of the warrior's den. Amber eyes widening, she leapt to Evening Star's side. "Skunk Stripe is dead," she announced. "No fucking shit, his body is right there!" Leafpelt replied, "We have no medicine cat." "Would you like to learn medicine in RiverClan, Icepaw?" asked Evening Star gently. "No," replied Icepaw. She described what had happened after Skunk Stripe's death and said, "I think I don't need any training." Evening Star nodded. "Very well." Holy fuck! Imagine if you walked into the hospital and you were like, "Hey, I had a fucking vision, so I don't think I need to train to be a doctor. I can just go in, snip, snip, snip. Then we shall have a test." Oh, okay, good. "I know a bit about herbs. You must tell me the name and use of the herb." So the test is gonna be given by some fucking rando on the street. So it's like if you walked into the hospital and was like, "Hey, I think I know about medicine, let me do it." And they're like, okay, but first let's let the head of HR test you." And the head of HR is like, "I don't have a degree in medicine, but I've been around. I think I know what's going on." Icepaw nodded. Evening Star pushed a few small black seeds in front of her. Are they already in the medicine den now? What the fuck happened? Did she just have the seeds, like, in her mouth and she was just like, "Bleh, what are these?" Icepaw meowed. "Poppy seeds. They make you sleepy. Not for nursing queens." As if she had known it her whole life. Whoa! She did this for yarrow, watermint, comfrey, dock, tansy, catmint, cobwebs, and burdock root before the leader proclaimed, "Icepaw is worthy to be a medicine cat." "No!" yowled Leafpelt. "I don't know how Icepaw has done this, but it is not StarClan. It is something darker." "Talk sense, Leafpelt," snarled Evening Star. Her accent is gone, I'm sorry. "Where would we get a medicine cat?" The deputy replied, "But what about her eyes? That's not normal." "It's not. What's her face? Leafpelt. Leafpelt's the only sane bitch in this entire clan." "Oh my god." Icepaw spoke up. "StarClan told me it was their knowledge displaying itself in a superficial way." "When did they do that? When did they say that to you?" "I forgot until now, what with..." Icepaw glanced sadly at her former mentor. "Ah, yes," Evening Star meowed briskly. "We must mourn Skunk Stripe. Tomorrow, Icepaw, you and I shall go to the moon pool. That's like, the sacred temple, I guess. We may find the answers there." With that, Evening Star leapt down to say her final goodbyes to the medicine cat. The others murmured parting words to Skunk Stripe, until only Icepaw and Longleg remained. "He loved you so much," Icepaw mewed, her eyes fixed on Longleg's head. "Before he died, he told me how much he was sorry that he couldn't be with you while you grew up." Longleg turned away. "Why didn't he tell me?" "He didn't have the words. I told him that it might be for the best. Medicine cats aren't supposed to have kids." "What about?" Knowing what Longleg would say, Icepaw interrupted. StarClan had no control over Scartalon's death. It happened, and it was sad, but we must move on. I told your father that too. Everyone's taking advice from this cat. Like, this cat is the equivalent of like a 14-year-old maybe? Touching his nose to Icepaw's shoulder, the Dark Warrior said, "You'll make a great medicine cat, Icepaw." The apprentice blinked her now violet eyes in thanks. But remembering Leafpelt's outrage, she thought, not everyone thinks so. Chapter 3. The next day, Icepaw sat restlessly in the empty medicine den until Rainpaw, Brayfur, and Earthpelt arrived to wish her luck. I'm proud of you, Earthpelt purred. Yeah, I'm proud that you watched your mentor die and then you were endowed with magic abilities. I'm so proud. You'll be a great medicine cat, encouraged Brayfur. Your eyes are so cool, squealed Rainpaw. That's what we should be focusing on. Just before sun-high, Evening Star entered the den to tell Icepaw that they would leave a little bit before sunset. Icepaw could tell that her leader had 2 lives left. She made a note of it. Is that foreshadowing? When the sun blazed halfway between the horizon and the center of the sky, Mudpaw came into the den, moaning about a bellyache. Icepaw treated the apprentice deftly, as if she had lived the seasons of practice that had been implanted in her mind, instead of just having borrowed them. Icepaw was surprised to find, throughout the day, that she felt a motherly affection for the entire clan, even though, excepting the Kits and her sister, she was moons, sometimes even seasons, younger than them. She guessed it was just a part of being a medicine cat. At last, Evening Star peeked into the den and told Icepaw it was time to go. Excitement charged every hair on her pelt, but she kept a solemn exterior. You haven't eaten? Evening Star asks. No, replied Icepaw. Then she gasped. Evening Star, you only have 1 life left. This morning you had 2. What? Evening Star gaped at her with fearful green eyes. I didn't feel anything, even in my sleep. I would have met with StarClan. I must speak with them. Let's get going then, mewed Icepaw excitedly, her kit-like enthusiasm now breaking through her serious facade. I drew the little squiggle under the C when I wrote facade. What a pretentious fuck I was. Just so you know, Icepaw, I believe your story, the black leader meowed. All of them are black. Go diversity. The only real reason I'm taking you to the moon pool is to placate Leafpelt. He's so unsettled by this. It's unlike him. I thought Leafpelt was a girl. Maybe not. Maybe I just hadn't used any pronouns for him yet. Maybe he's gender fluid. Icepaw dipped her head in thanks. We all react to the unknown in different ways. Leafpelt is just afraid of what this means for ThunderClan. The 2 dark cats plodded along in silence, the reds and oranges of sunset melting into the blues and purples of night. At last, the cave where the moon pool lay, glittering in white light, came into view. It took every bit of self-restraint the apprentice had in her body not to run, full tilt into the cave, but she padded dignifiedly. Is dignifiedly a word? I don't know if it is. She padded dignifiedly beside the leader until they were both lying at the edge of the water. Then the cats dipped their muzzles into the water, and Icepaw was sucked into a dream. Chapter fucking 3. All of StarClan was circled around Icepaw when she arrived in a clearing. The place was unfamiliar, but it felt almost like home. The massive cats looked up at her as if they expected something from her. Hi, Icepaw meowed awkwardly. Ha! That's so funny! That's so awkward and funny! Ha ha! Also, I love that I used instead of I was so fucking obsessed with Harry Potter back then that everything had to be British. A light gray cat with warm blue eyes and a motherly smile stepped forward and then said, Hello, Icepaw. I'm Cinderstar, a former leader of ThunderClan. We've been waiting for you. I can see that, Icepaw meowed smartly. Ha! You're so funny, Icepaw! Chuckling, Cinderstar meowed. We have 2 things to tell you. The first is this. You are a full medicine cat. From now on, you are Ice Mask. Choruses of Ice Mask, Ice Mask, Ice Mask, Ice Mask echoed from the crowd of celestial cats. I call celestial cats as a band name. Then another cat, white with golden tabby markings and pale green eyes, stepped up. I'm Lionstripe, he said, a former ThunderClan medicine cat, and I must tell you that Leafball will squelch Greenleaf's evening. What the fuck? What does that mean? Ice Mask gasped. I must warn Evening Star. A third cat, a gray tabby with the lightest of blue eyes, a couple of moons older than Icepaw, bounced forward. I'll take you back. I'm J-Flight. There was something about J-Flight that drew Ice Mask to him, an unspoken feeling crackling between them that was more amazing than prophecy or omen, more powerful than StarClan. I'm turning it into a romance. I knew this would happen. And with J-Flight, that's definitely named after J-Feather, who's my favorite cat. It attracted and repelled in equal measure, and both awesome and terrible. J-Flight led Ice Mask away from the clearing toward a ring of trees. Usually, J-Flight meowed, medicine cats just wake up. But you have a stronger place in StarClan, so you need to return to your body. In fact, your body is closer to death than sleep right now. What a fucking cheerful conversation. If Evening Star wakes up before you do, she might get worried. Shaking off the slightly disturbing element of J-Flight's explanation. Finally, you're making some sense. Thank you for acknowledging how disturbing that is. Ice Mask asked, why did you volunteer to escort me? I felt like there was something about you. Like, I, personally, and no one else, have to take care of you. Ice Mask and J-Flight padded in roaring silence until the trees opened up into a new clearing. Ice Mask slammed to a halt. The ground had disappeared. Looking down, she could see the moon pool, where two black bodies were apparently sleeping. Noticing his companion stop, J-Flight returned to face her. Ice Mask, what's wrong? He asked. Afraid of heights? No, and before you ask, I'm not afraid of falling either, or the landing. But I'm sure you could identify with my desire not to die prematurely. What a fucking burn. Your ghost boyfriend is fucking dead. He's already dead. J-Flight smiled at Ice Mask. His sparkling blue eyes met her violet ones, and Ice Mask felt like she had to look away. Don't worry, J-Flight whispered. I'll guide you. He placed his tail on Ice Mask's shoulder. Together, the cats stepped through the night air. Goodbye, meowed Ice Mask. See ya, replied J-Flight. Well, actually, I hope I don't see you. At least, not for a while. Laughing. Ha! It's hilarious! Because he's dead! Ice Mask stepped into her dormant body. For a brief moment, all was black, and then she opened her eyes. J-Flight was gone. Right away, Ice Mask knew something was wrong with Evening Star. The thrum of life that radiated from everyone who was aware was absent. Ice Mask had only felt the blankness that replaced it once, when she had carried Strunkstripe's body back to camp. Even so, this was even more intense, as if Evening Star was worse than dead. Taking Evening Star's body by the scruff, she dragged it along the ground, thinking ruefully that this was the second time in 2 days that she had dragged a clanmate's body back to camp. Are you sure she's dead? He just said that you could be mistaken for dead, so, maybe she's not dead. Ice Mask longed to sink unnoticed into camp, but that was very hard to do, seeing as she was carrying the body of her dead clan leader. Ha! 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 Only seconds passed after the body was brought into the center of camp before Leafpelt yelled, Traitor! You killed her! Didn't you, you violet-eyed freak? Oh my god. You violet-eyed freak. Ice Mask reeled from this accusation. No! Liar! The deputy hissed. I knew from the moment you had that vision as a kid that you were not meant to be trusted. Now that I am leader, I order you out of ThunderClan. If my warriors catch you on my territory, I give them permission to kill. Dun dun dun! Ice Mask could only stare numbly as Leafpelt ordered a warrior to escort her to the border. Where would she go? What would she do? Which way? Asked the cat, whom she recognized as Sunshaft, Brown Tom with yellow patches. Whom? Wow, you're so good at grammar. Ice Mask considered this. RiverClan have always been pretty nice to us, she thought. Through ShadowClan is the quickest way. That way, she said, gesturing toward the pines with her tail. The cats padded along in silence until they reached the border. I'm sorry, Icepaw, whispered the warrior, his yellow eyes full of regret. I think you'd make a great medicine cat, but the clan leader's word is the warrior code, Ice Mask finished. Thanks. And, by the way, tell Leaf Pelt it's Ice Mask now. Because I'm a fucking warrior, bitch! And, with that, Ice Mask turned away and walked into Shadow Clan territory. There's one more chapter, and I forgot to number it, but I only got like a paragraph in, so I'm just gonna read it, and that's the thrilling conclusion. Ice Mask was lost in a daze of mourning. First Skunk Stripe, then Evening Star, then, in a way, her entire clan. They were all enemies to her now, even her kin. Her mission to kill, Leaf Pelt had said. The words echoed in Ice Mask's head so loud she almost didn't hear a voice jeer. A little far away from home, aren't we, Kit? Ice Mask whipped around. What a cliffhanger. So that's the end of that. What we've learned, Ice Mask is a Mary Sue, Star Clan boys are hot, and who the fuck is Longleg? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to try and post a video every week for this year. Cross my fingers. It'll be hard for me because I have school and because I'm lazy, but I'm going to try. So, like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do all of that shit, share it with your friends, because that'll just keep me going, keep my little heart happy. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.